The Olight S80 Baton. It's an LED flashlight. This little compact light is excellent. We're just going to take a look. Of course, you see that it comes in this really nice case. But one of the things that I really like about the S80 is that it is a rechargeable battery and you have a rechargeable plug here. The light itself is very compact, but yet it's solid. A lot of lights here lately, they're making them as thin and small as possible. This gives you a little more heft to the flashlight. Now the body itself is made from a single piece of machined aluminum. And so it's really strong, it's really solid. There's not a lot of points that where you have threads. It's just one solid piece. So it makes it a really good quality, nice feel to it. And it does have a really good Class 3 anodized finish, which really will keep this flashlight looking good for a lot longer. Now there are some pretty cool accessories in here, and one of them is this little sleeve sheath. It's made kind of a neoprene finish. Goes down in very nicely, has a little Velcro piece here. You can even just go straight with the belt loop. Very adaptable. One thing that I really like about Olight here lately, they're doing a lot of diffusers. And what diffusers really just make it an even spread out beam, and we're going to take a look at that in just a few minutes. And then you have your charger. Then of course there's a small owner's manual right here with all the specs. Now the S series from Olight, they're just some really cool body designs. It's funny because when I first got this light, it was so unusual, I kind of had to get used to it. I really liked it. I didn't know what I liked about it. But the more that I've had this light, and I've had this light probably for a couple of months, I just really enjoy using this. It's just really quick. It's really got a great beam on it. I mean, it's 750 lumens right out the gate. One of the things I really like about the mode settings for this light is that it's really intuitive. In fact, all you do, you hold down your button, of course you have it, then you just press it down, you go to your next lumen setting. So it just goes through the different modes. And it starts out at 10, 180, and then 750 at the top mode. Now, you notice that the light just went off, and now it's in standby mode. Now, to get out of standby mode, and in fact, when you first get the flashlight, you've got to click this 3 times really fast. Okay, that brings you out of standby mode. Now, when you have it on your highest setting, or the max output, click it twice to get strobe. And then you have your strobe setting. The max output of 750 lumens will go for 2 solid hours. Now here we are at the lowest setting. This is 10 lumens and it will go for 80 hours. And then we go to the 180 lumen setting and this will go for 8 hours. So you have a lot of functionality here, and this light can last for a long time. You know, one thing I will suggest if you're using this light is not necessarily to go with the highest output. That will run your battery down. But use what you need to accomplish the job. So if 10 lumens will do it, leave it at 10 lumens. Now the max throw on this is 260 meters. So that's pretty impressive for a light this size. And 750 lumens, to be honest with you, is really a high output. It'll give you a lot of light. It gives you a lot of capabilities. Now the diffuser itself, once you turn this on the high setting, and you can see the hot spot here, and then there's a flood around it, the diffuser just evenly spreads out that light. So it makes it a nice warm glow, not quite as harsh without the diffuser. Of course, you can go ahead and set your different settings, even with the diffuser. Now it is a Cree XML LED. You can see it down to the bottom of the reflector. The reflector itself is a nice light orange peel. And one of the things about orange peel, it will give you a very even light. It's just a good solid uniform light. You can see the red inside, that's your gasket. It does have a nice mineral glass lens to it that's scratch resistant and anti-reflective quality. So it allows for the maximum amount of light to come out of the flashlight. Now it does have a nice stainless steel bezel. One of the things great about stainless steel is that it keeps it from denting. You know, aluminum can get dented and it can scratch pretty easily. So this will keep the rim and protect your lens very nicely with this stainless steel. This does fall under military specs, and it's MIL STD 810C. So this is rated for military spec. It does come as IPX8, which that means you can submerge this up to 2 meters in water, and also it'll keep the dust and debris out of the light itself. Okay, we're going to put the S80 down in the water. Down in there deep, just going at it. I like this kind of fishing. And it is impact resistant up to 1.5 meters. So it's a pretty tough little light in adverse conditions. Okay, we're going to take a look at the inside. One of the things about this, though, again, is this is one solid piece of aluminum. Right here is your tail switch. Now, because it is rechargeable, which I really like rechargeable, it's really nice not to have to pull your batteries in and out. And, you know, batteries can be expensive, especially the lithium-ion batteries. It does have the 26650 battery, and this is, of course, like I said, rechargeable. This is not your standard 26650. It does have a little bit of a difference to it, so it's not interchangeable with all of them, but you can get these from Olight. You know, this will take repeated charges. I mean, multiple repeated charges. They are going to be offering a spare that you can have, which is really nice, especially because a flashlight like this, to me, I like to keep this in a vehicle or keep this as a light for the home. So if I need a light, I can bring it out. It's not necessarily a tactical light, but it is a great security light. The contacts are good and solid. And if you'll notice, it has the 2 contacts which mate with the battery. And then you can see down inside we have the interior board, which this really takes care of all your modes and your settings. Very high quality made. Of course, the gasket here keeps it from getting wet and keeps all the debris out. Now here is the port, the recharging port. It does have a rubber gasket here that can be pulled up. And then you can place your charger inside. Now you'll notice here I've got this charged in. It's fully charged, which will show the green light. When the battery is not fully charged, it will come in as a red light. Now the dimensions on the light, it's 6 inches long. It's 1.5 inches at the head and 1.25 inches at the body. Now the flashlight weighs just over 9 ounces, so it has a nice little heft in the hand. The switch is a side mount switch, which parallels with the flat sides of the light. And you can see the very fine ridges here to give you traction with the light, but it's very comfortable. It does have the cooling ridges here on the head. You know, LED can get pretty hot. Because of these flat surfaces right here, it kind of leads you to hold the flashlight in the right position. Now the light does have memory setting on it, and so when you hold it down and you go into the different modes, if you click it off, click it back on, same mode setting. Okay, we're going to take a look at the S80 Baton. 750 lumens. Really nice spotlight, but it also gives a really nice flood. This field down here, the trees that you're seeing, the tree line is about 50 yards out, and then this field, as you can see, it's a pretty large field. It really lights up a large area. I would say it lights up a 50-yard area. Now we're down here at 10 lumens. Now, even for 10 lumens, look at that beam. It's got a nice beam. It does have some flood. You can't see the flood, really, and that's the camera's fault. With a naked eye, you can see it. Okay, here we are at the 180 lumens, and that tree line at 50 yards, the bush, excellent. It does very well for this size flashlight. Standard fence that I usually do, about 25 yards. 750 lumens is excellent. We'll get some of these trees right here above. Really brights up, nice spot. But also you can see the flood. It really has a nice area for the flood. Okay, the S80 Baton's picking up those trees at about 30 yards. There's a tree here about 15 yards away. Even the side of that building. Really intense. The 180 lumens picks up very nicely. Would be an excellent light in itself. shining on the building. It's my storage building here, and it really just lights up that whole area. Grass in front, go down to the shed, lights things up down there as well. That's a pretty large area, about 75 yards out. The building here is about 50 yards. So you're getting a lot of light for a small package. This is max output. Really brightens up that whole area right out there. Out there toward the driveway is about 80 yards. The trees are kind of picking up a lot of it. But as you can see, it really brightens up things. 180 lumens. Runs right up the road. We're looking at about, that's a good 100 yards out. It picks up very well. The tree line right here along the road. Okay, now we're at our 750 lumens. Excellent. Max output, here we go. All up through the tree line, all the way up to the top of the road. The top of the road is about 300 yards. So we're getting a really great throw with this light, plus a lot of flood. And now you can see that the rim of the lens itself glows in the dark. Of course, my camera, you can see the little laser finders on there. It's very versatile, not super complicated. I really like the Olight S80 Baton. Now you can find this at goinggear.com, and I want to thank Marshall at Going Gear for providing the light for the review. And you can also get a 10% discount using Such when you check out. And orders over $49 in the continental US receive free shipping. So it's just a great place to be able to take care of all your flashlight needs. In fact, they've got over 450 flashlights available on their website. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Yards away, even the side of that building, tree line all the way up to the top of the road. The top of the road is a It's made from a single machine from a single piece of 6N01. It's machined from a single piece of aluminum.